From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The Pune Porsche case, where a super rich brat who did not have a license was gifted a 2 crore rupee car by his super rich builder father. And then after that brat got drunk, he drove the car at 240 kilometers an hour on the streets of Pune and killed on the spot two 24-year-old IT professionals at 3 in the morning. This case, the Pune Porsche case, reflects the new VVIP culture in the country. It is just that in 10 years, the super rich have been added to the known list of politicians. In a world where being super rich is idolized, India's super rich have begun believing that they can get away with murder. And in this case, they have. We ask all the obvious questions. We ask how the killer son of the builder got away, how the indulgent court asked him to write an essay in atonement. We ask how the blood sample was possibly changed and the blood report doctored. We ask about how the magistrate judge seemed like a super indulgent uncle towards the super rich killer. But we fail to ask that one core question because we are afraid to ask, ladies and gentlemen. We want to play safe with everyone. We don't want to upset the apple cart. We don't want to take a chance. Let the super rich take a chance. Let them kill people on the roads. But we don't want to ask the basic question. But I will ask it regardless of the consequences. And I'm asking tonight, was the entire system bribed by the super rich murderer or the super rich murderer's father? And I am asking tonight, ladies and gentlemen, was money paid? Were inducements offered? Was cash used to save the killer? Was a local politician, an MLA, brought in to help to facilitate, as they say, to manage the situation for those who had the money to manage their way through the system? Ladies and gentlemen, if after what has happened in Pune, we are not going to ask the real question and try and beat around the bush, then we are fooling ourselves. We are doing a disservice to ourselves and the country. Ladies and gentlemen, my principal debate tonight is whether the super rich killer brat, that's debate 1 tonight, whether he tried through his super rich father, let's run the plates, Aditi, to bribe his way through the entire system. Ladies and gentlemen, was the entire system bribed? Debate number 2, faster please. Mamta very nervous. She sent the police into Shuvendu Adhikari's political office today. That's debate number 2. I've got Mithun Chakrabarti joining me tonight. Debate 3 tonight at 9 o'clock. The Muslim quota proof. And at 9:35 p.m. tonight, why villainize saffron? So it's a packed show, and here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on The Debate Tonight. Gut-wrenching scenes of the family of Anish and Ashwini as they are laid to rest. As these two families are broken forever today, the nation is seething with its resolve to ensure justice for Anish and Ashwini, no matter the power and influence on the other side. Nationwide anger is not going away. He may have been drinking at a 5-star pub till 3 in the morning. He says his father gave him sanction to drink 8 years short of the legal age. The rich killer son tells the police, "My father let me get drunk and go behind the wheels of my 2 crore rupee Porsche car with which I killed 2 people. Now the real estate father Vishal Agarwal is behind bars. But why has no section of the IPC been invoked despite Daddy Dear being a clear accomplice abetting the act? Was an entire system bribed at every level and pillar to protect this brat killer?"
जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड के सामने पेश किया गया तो बोर्ड ने उसमें बहुत ही लीनियंट व्यू लिया और 2 लोगों के मरने के बावजूद भी एक प्रकार से केवल 15 दिन का सोशल सर्विस का काम उनको दिया. इससे आउटरेज और बढ़ा.
Devendra Fadnavis intervenes, goes to Pune and gets a brief from the top cops there on the case that has the entire nation seething. Fadnavis says that the police are going all out right now against the accused, but the bottleneck is that the Juvenile Justice Board, which rejected the police's plea that this killer accused, who is just 4 months shy of his 18th birthday, be treated as an adult. Is the Juvenile Justice Board and the magistrate being influenced to dim down the charges? The nation wants to know. Mamta's police have entered Shuvendu Adhikari's office, forcefully violating a court order that mandates giving a notice before any action by the police. Shuvendu says he's going to the Election Commission against the Bengal police action, alleging an IPAC link. In parallel, a reported attack on Mithun's roadshow in Midnapur. 5 phases down, 2 to go, and hooliganism is taking center stage in Bengal. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine you travel 100 kilometers from your hometown to find an IT job, and one day when you're settling in, sending your earnings back home to your family, when you are waiting to find that next window when you can go home to your parents and surprise them. And then one day, out of nowhere, a VVIP super brat, sozzled and drunk at the wheels of a 2 crore rupee car, rams into you at 240 kilometers an hour out of nowhere. In a split second, 2 young lives were lost in Pune. If not for the media coverage on the story, it would have been totally buried, this case. Because there was a full system, ladies and gentlemen, at every level to bribe, to gratify and cover up the entire case. And the horrible part is they almost got away.
Anish Avadia, an IT engineer from Jabalpur, had moved to Pune. Like Anish, Ashwini Costa, also from Jabalpur, had booked a ticket to her hometown for June 18th to surprise her father on his birthday. Both of them, aged 24, came under the wheels of this VVIP killer.
मेरा बच्चा चला गया, उसकी क्या गलती थी? उसकी कोई गलती नहीं थी मेरे बेटे की जो चला गया. मेरे बेटू को क्या गलती थी उसकी जो उसने मेरे बेटे को मार दिया. मेरा बच्चा इतना अच्छा था.
प्रशासन ये चाहते हैं, मतलब ये ओवर स्पीड से गाड़ियाँ नाबालिग चला रहे हैं, ड्रिंक कर रहे हैं, पुलिस सिर्फ हेलमेट चेकिंग कर रही है. मेरे कहने का मतलब बाकी चीज़ों की चेकिंग होनी चाहिए.
The killer of their children is this 17-year-old, a rich VVIP brat, son of a builder, seen here pub hopping with his friends. He was drinking till 2:15 a.m. on Sunday. This VVIP killer brat was driving a supercar priced at almost 3 crore rupees. And it wasn't even registered. Watch this CCTV video. At a speed of 200 kilometers per hour, under the influence of alcohol, he mowed down two IT engineers. It took relentless reporting for the police to press additional charges. The Deputy Chief Minister and Maharashtra Home Minister Fadnavis rushed to Pune today.
इस लड़के को जुवेनाइल जस्टिस बोर्ड के सामने पेश किया गया तो बोर्ड ने उसमें बहुत ही लीनियंट व्यू लिया और 2 लोगों के मरने के बावजूद भी एक प्रकार से केवल 15 दिन का सोशल सर्विस का काम उनको दिया। इससे आउटरेज और बढ़ा।
The VVIP brat was old enough to kill and also young enough to escape. Is it time to amend the laws?
I am joined by the family members of the victims here, of the deceased. I am joined by Gyanendra Soni, who is Anish Avadhia's uncle, Atmaram Avadhia, who is Anish's grandfather, and Suresh Costa, who is Ashwini Costa's father. I want to begin by saying that my condolences to you, and I truly appreciate how you're making time in this difficult time to be with us here on Republic. इस मुश्किल की घड़ी में आप हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, ये उसके लिए धन्यवाद। और मैं आत्माराम जी आपसे पूछना चाहूँगा कि इस केस में जिन्होंने मारा, जो ये लड़का है, जो ये गाड़ी चला रहे थे 200 किलोमीटर की स्पीड पर, उनको जिस तरह से कोर्ट ने छूट दे दी, कोर्ट ने कहा कि एक ऐसे लिख दो, ऐसा फिर मत करो, और उनको छोड़ा गया, क्या ये कैसे संभव हुआ? आपको क्या लगता है कि किसी तरह से लोगों ने पैसा खिलाकर सिस्टम को मैनेज करके ये कोशिश की कि जो ये किलर है उनको छोड़ा जाए? आत्माराम जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
जी सर, मैं कहना चाहूँगा सर,
ऑडियो
इस केस में जो घटना हुई है, उस घटना में जिस लड़के को नाबालिग कहा जा रहा है,
क्लियर नहीं है,
ऊपर है, करीब 18 साल से 19 साल के करीब का है, वो नशे की हालत में था और नशा करने के बावजूद उसके गाड़ी का लाइसेंस भी नहीं था।
आत्माराम जी, आवाज़ बिल्कुल क्लियर नहीं। मैं अपने प्रोड्यूसर्स को कहता हूँ कि ज़रा 1 मिनट आपके ऑडियो को ठीक करें। मैं ज्ञानेंद्र को पूछना चाहूँगा तब तक। ज्ञानेंद्र जी, वही सवाल आपसे करना चाहूँगा मैं कि ये अजीब बात है कि कैसे उनको छोड़ा गया 15 घंटों में।
सर, वही बात है कि इतना लचीलापन जो दिखाया है कानून व्यवस्था ने वहाँ की, कि एक बच्चे और एक बच्ची की जान जा रही है, और ऐसे केस पर आप इतना मामूली सा मतलब निबंध लेखन करा करके और 15 दिन के लिए आप यातायात प्लस के साथ काम करके, और मतलब इतने आसानी से किसी को रिहा किया जा रहा है, तो ये तो बहुत लचीलापन दिखाया जा रहा है उनके द्वारा। और कहीं ना कहीं देखिए, 2 फैमिली के पिलर थे वो, जो कि अभी नहीं रहे हैं, और दोनों को कितना बड़ा लॉस हुआ है। इस लॉस की भरपाई करने के लिए मतलब वही लोग जिम्मेदार हैं, और कहीं ना कहीं दोनों फैमिली बहुत दुख पे हैं यहाँ पे।
सुरेश कोस्टा जी, कैन यू हियर मी?
जी।
सुरेश कोस्टा जी, आपको खबर पहले कब मिली?
सुन रहा हूँ।
और क्या उसके बाद आपने वहाँ के कोई पुलिसकर्मी, पुणे के किसी पुलिस ने आपसे संपर्क की? क्या आपसे पूछने की कोशिश की? क्या आपको मौका मिला अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू को किसी कोर्ट या मैजिस्ट्रेट के सामने रखने की?
सर, मेरे को खबर मिली रात में करीब 3 बजे। उसके बाद हम लोग बेबी को लेने के लिए कार से नागपुर गई, नागपुर से फ्लाइट के द्वारा अहमदाबाद होते हुए पुणे गए
जी।
3 बजे करीब पुणे पहुंचने के बाद हम लोगों को तो होश ही नहीं थी कि क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है। जैसे कि पता चला था कि बच्ची जो है ना सह्याद्री हॉस्पिटल में है, तो हम लोग सीधे सह्याद्री हॉस्पिटल पहुंचे। वहाँ मेरा पूरा ध्यान अपनी बेटी के ऊपर था। क्या कानून क्या मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था। अपनी बेटी के कलेक्ट करने के लिए वहाँ की फॉर्मेलिटी कंप्लीट की, जो एक शायद SI या जो भी थे उनके द्वारा फॉर्मेलिटी कंप्लीट करके बॉडी मेरे को दे दी गई। उसके बाद में PM करवाने गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल पहुंचा। गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल पहुंचने के बाद रात के 10 बजे मेरे को PM होने के बाद बेबी की बॉडी मिली। उसके बाद लेके हम लोग सीधे एम्बुलेंस के द्वारा जबलपुर आ गए, जो कल हम लोग पहुंचे थे करीब 5 बजे। और आज मेरी बेटी की फ्यूनल का कार्यक्रम जो है ना 3 बजे करीब संपन्न हुआ।
तो जब आप दौड़ भाग कर रहे थे वहां पे, आत्माराम जी आपको आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी, आवाज आ रही है
जी। मैं पूछना, तो ये जब आपके परिवार भी वहीं गए थे पुणे में?
जी।
आपके परिवार के लोग भी पुणे गए आत्माराम जी?
हाँ जी, हाँ, हमारा बड़ा बच्चा गया था, मतलब बच्चा।
तो जब आप पुणे गए, आपके फैमिली मेंबर्स जब पुणे गए, तो ज्ञानेंद्र जी आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, क्या तब पुलिस ने कभी आपको बताया कि इस हादसे के पीछे कौन था, कौन जिम्मेदार है, गाड़ी कौन चला रहा था? किसी ने आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन दी?
सर वहाँ अनीस की बुआ और फूफा जी जो है मुंबई से बहुत टाइम से पहुँच गए थे 10-11 बजे। उसका एक छोटा भाई है जो कि वहीं पे रह करके स्टडी कर रहा है, तो वो भी वहाँ पे अवेलेबल था। लेकिन वहाँ पे इस तरीके से मतलब ट्रीट किया जा रहा था कि कहीं ना कहीं ये लोग जल्दी से जल्दी बॉडी को लेकर के और अपने MP चले जाएं और कहीं ना कहीं मीडिया कवरेज से दूर रह जाएं। तो इस तरीके से वहाँ कोई बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट नहीं मिल रहा था पुलिस के द्वारा और लोकल जो
आप कह रहे हैं कि कोशिश हो रही थी। कि आपको लगता है, सुरेश जी आपको भी पूछना चाहूँगा, और माफ़ करिए मैं इतने मतलब डिटेल सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ, आपकी इतनी मुश्किल घड़ी है, आपकी फैमिली में इतनी बड़ी ट्रेजेडी हो गई है, मगर पूछना मेरा कर्तव्य है। सुरेश जी, क्या आपको लगता है कि जब आप वहाँ पे अपनी बेटी के साथ पोस्टमार्टम करा रहे थे, एक हॉस्पिटल से पुलिस स्टेशन भाग दौड़ कर रहे थे, उसी समय ये लोग, जो ये बिल्डर की फैमिली है, ये सिस्टम को मैनेज कर रही थी?
अब इतना तो मेरे को डिटेल में नहीं मालूम, मैं तो अपने काम में लगा हुआ था। अब मीडिया से ही पता चला कि उसकी जमानत हो गई है और ये हो गया और वो हो गया, बस। बाकी मेरे को वहाँ से किसी की ना जानकारी मिली, ना किसी पुलिस की तरफ से मेरे को इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली कि आपकी बेटी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया है। वो तो इसके फ्रेंड से ही मुझे जानकारी मिली कि उसका एक्सीडेंट हो गया है। कोऑपरेशन की तो आप बात ही छोड़ दी, किसी ने कोऑपरेट नहीं किया। मैंने अपने समय कैसे करके वहाँ से निकाला और मैं अपनी बेटी को ला पाया।
मतलब आप बिल्कुल अकेले पड़ गए थे वहाँ पे?
बिल्कुल।
तो ये भी तो बात है ना,
जैसा सिस्टम चलता है वैसे सिस्टम का काम चलते रहा।
वही तो बात है ना सुरेश जी और ज्ञानेंद्र जी। आज पूरे देश भर में इस पूरे केस को लेके डिस्कशन हो रही है और लोग एक ही बात कह रहे हैं ज्ञानेंद्र जी, कि किसी का बेटा किसी की बेटी हो सकती थी, किसी का भाई किसी की बहन हो सकती थी। और देश में ऐसा चल रहा है कि जो 2 करोड़ की गाड़ी चलाए 200 किलोमीटर में, वो किसी को भी मार सकते हैं, उसके बाद पैसा खिलाकर सिस्टम को मैनेज करके निकल सकते हैं। ज्ञानेंद्र जी, क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है? हमें ऐसा लगता है कि इस तरह
बिल्कुल सिस्टम को मैनेज तो कहीं ना कहीं किया गया है, क्योंकि देखिए जब उस लड़के को पकड़ा गया है तो पकड़ने के बाद हॉस्पिटल में 10 घंटे करीब 10 घंटे से ऊपर बैठाला गया। अगर ऐसा था तो आप डायरेक्ट ब्लड सैंपल लेते और कहीं ना कहीं उसको अरेस्ट करते, तब कहीं ना कहीं सही रिपोर्ट आती। लिकर कंज्यूम उसने किया था कहीं क्योंकि उसका वीडियो भी वायरल हुआ है, ये सभी लोग जानते हैं। उसके बाद भी इतना लेट क्यों किया गया
जी?
और वो समय कहीं ना कहीं मैनेज किया गया है जिससे कि सारे सिस्टम को हम मैनेज कर लेंगे उस बीच पे।
जी सुरेश जी, जितने लोग प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? आज बहुत समर्थन कर रहे हैं, इस पर आक्रोश भी है पूरे देश भर पे।
अब आक्रोश तो होगा ही, क्योंकि उनको भी डर है कि हो सकता है उनके साथ भी ये घटना ऐसे लोग करेंगे।
बिल्कुल।
तो आक्रोश तो पैदा वो खुद, जिसने गलती की है वो खुद पैदा कर रहा है। आदमी को इतने अपने काम से इतनी फुर्सत नहीं है कि वो आक्रोशित होता रहे और ये सब करता रहे। तो हर इंसान जो आज आक्रोशित हो रहा है, वो घर से निकलने के बाद वापस लौटने की सिक्योरिटी चाहता है। कहने का मतलब ये,
जो श्योरिटी आज इस केस को देखकर लोगों,
नहीं तो उसको घर से ही निकलते ही डर लगना शुरू हो जाए।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और हर व्यक्ति जो इस केस के बारे में जान रहा है, वो अपने बारे में भी सोच रहा है। सुरेश जी, ज्ञानेंद्र जी और आत्माराम जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आप हमारे साथ आ जाएं और हम इस केस को आगे ले जाएंगे। जितनी हमारी ओर से जितना हम कर सके हम ज़रूर करेंगे।
थैंक यू,
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आई एम टेकिंग दिस फॉरवर्ड व्यूअर्स with a few straight questions. It's been more than 48 hours since the accident. Where is the medical report? A father gives his son, who doesn't have a license, a 2 crore rupee car, Ishkaran, Sohail, and the son gets drunk in 2 different pubs, keeps drinking till 2:30 in the morning, then drives at 240 kilometers an hour and kills 2 people, could have killed more. You know, Kapil Madan and Kishore Tiwari of the Shiv Sena's Udhav faction are also with us. Sohail, I want to start with you. And I began by saying that it's clear to me that the whole system was bribed. We don't want to say it, because Juvenile Justice Board, court, magistrate, why question the magistrate? I say, why not question the magistrate? Why not start by questioning this person, the judicial officer, the magistrate, who told him to write a 300-word essay in atonement? Sohail.
So I think it starts even at a more basic level. It starts with the entire legal system, which is in the control of a nexus of politicians, of the police and the judiciary at the lower level.
Yeah.
This is a nexus that remains unbroken in our country, no matter what happens. I believe Narendra Modi has his heart in the right place, but what can one individual do? Or another politician or another politician? What did it take? It took Devendra Fadnavis as the Deputy Chief Minister and Home Minister of Maharashtra to go to Pune to convene a meeting, to then rap the police on the knuckles and make them issue a statement. That should tell you how pernicious this system is. What Ashwini's father said, what Mr. Costa said, rings in my head. He says, system to badlega nahi. The system is us. The system is that entitled brat, that entitled brat's entitled father, the entitled father who believes he can wing his way through the system because the system is pliable. Do you think, Arnab, that scoundrel's father would have the courage to believe he can fiddle with the system if the system was non-fiddleable? No. So the system is fiddleable. To this day it is. Someone today on Twitter said very interestingly, he says in India, the worst thing is if you are poor. Because if you are poor, you have no chance in hell. Number 2, as you very rightly said, the judges must work according to the law, but there is something called the spirit of the law. Today, that judgment mocked not only the legal system, it mocked justice, it mocked fairness, it mocked our intelligence. A 300-word essay from a boy who has just killed 2 people, who has no atonement, will suffer nothing. Now let me tell you what will happen. And I'm reminded, Arnab, of our very same television discussion post 26/11. Let me tell you how this will play out. The father has been arrested. The father will get paid. Because for the father to know or allow underage drinking is not a crime. It may be a crime, but it's not. And you have 2 very formidable lawyers on the program. Number 2, this boy will get bail eventually because there will be a lack of evidence. Why lack of evidence? Because the police didn't do its job. Why did it not do its job? Exactly for the reasons you mentioned. Either they were under pressure, they were bribed, or they just are plain ignorant or incompetent.
But
the third thing that will happen is Arnab Goswami may continue to follow this up, but the media will move to the next story.
True.
And that's what the father of the girl said. He says वो चाहते थे कि हम पुणे से जितनी जल्दी हो सके मध्य प्रदेश की तरफ निकलें ताकि मीडिया की attention हमारे ऊपर ना रहे. That's what they want. Even to my mind, Fadnavis's arrival there was thanks to the media. If this accident had happened in Bulandshahr and no media covered, no one would have
No,
bothered.
but you know, Sohail, I can add something here to that, and I think you made a very good point. And I have a lot of respect for the judiciary. The judiciary keeps lecturing the media. This is bad about media, that is bad, you are doing this for TRP, that for TRP. Every second time I find, and I want to sometimes tell the honorable judges that why do you make such sweeping observations about the media which has fought the biggest battles against corruption and brought it to the notice of the judiciary in many cases? I have always said to the judiciary that we in the media are an equal institution and an equally significant institution. And as a member of an equally significant institution, as equal and as significant as the judiciary, I would say this to the honorable judges: why is the judicial system of our country, Ishkaran and Kapil, so quiet on this matter? Why are we looking at it so technically? Yes, the media is following it up. All honorable judges in all honorable courts know if the media had not picked up the Pune Porsche case, it would have not been brought to anyone's attention. And you are right. The judiciary can say, oh, we'll go by the samples collected. But I would ask, the media would ask, were blood samples collected once or twice? If they were collected twice, how and why? And the other aspect is, Kapil, why has there been no suo motu observation on this case by anyone in the any judiciary in the country today? Why not? We get lectured every day by the judiciary. Media, TRP, bad, you do this, you do that, you are doing media to make money. No, we are not. We are nationalists and we are working to change the country in a positive direction. I don't agree with sweeping statements such as this, but I implore the honorable judges in this country to intervene in this case. For the people of this country are asking. Interventions must be made where examples can be set, and fear must go down the spines of those who took chances with justice because they sat on a chair, Kapil.
Now, no,
there has to be accountability. The magistrate, the honorable magistrate who said, please take psychiatric evaluation, help the traffic police if you feel like, and write a 300-word essay. What is his accountability or her accountability? I don't know the individual. I asked tonight, however, what is their accountability? And who, I would ask Ishkaran, are they accountable to?
Arnab.
Who are they accountable to?
Arnab, it is an epic failure, starting from the pub which offered drinks to underage children. How was that pub allowed to flourish? How was it offering drinks? Arnab, I remember Nirbhaya case because I went to court on the juvenile issue, if you remember those debates. And the same question was there. He was 17 years and a few months. And I filed a case in the juvenile court. It went till the Supreme Court, where the court said, no, because he's below 18 by a few months, that's the law, nothing will happen. Later, this government, Modi Sarkar, changed the law. That is why we are having this debate. It said between 16 and 18, a person accused of a heinous crime, which is this crime, 2 people being murdered on the road at 3 a.m., can be tried as an adult. So because of that, at least because of the change in the law by this government, we at least have the potential of trying this person as an adult. In Nirbhaya case, that boy, 3-4 months younger than 18, escaped while all other 5 got punishment. And later on, he was giving sewing machine and or God knows what else and what has happened to him. Nobody knows whether he's a menace to other people on the road. Now coming to this case, the parents allowing a child to be out till 3 a.m., giving him money to drink, giving him a 2-3 crore, I don't know the price, of a car, the pub allowing it to be served, and the local police involved, none less than the Home Minister has to go take a meeting. Does it require that? If you see somebody driving a car at that speed, You know the law. Why were his parents not arrested in the first instance? There are powers to arrest the parents. The child also.
But even the arrest of the parents.
And has to be tried as an adult.
No. Even the arrest of the parents. No. I have questions of the honorable courts in that case also. No. I have questions of the honorable courts in that case also, because I too work. No. Ishkaran.
He didn't have alcohol. But videos are showing him partying.
Ishkaran.
3 a.m. So how was that created? That also has to be answered. And punishment given if any wrongdoing followed, so that next case like this does not happen. How did that report come when you are having videos showing he is pubbing and drinking till 3 a.m. He is doing a pub crawl, pub hopping, whatever is the word for that. And where is the accountability for doctors doing the report, the policemen doing the report, taking the samples? If any ill doing is found in that, that is where the message needs to go home.
There is a question of subjective discretion here. You see, there is a provision for trying a juvenile as an adult for heinous crimes.
Yes.
And I am asking here today, does Arnab Goswami need to scream his lungs out for someone in our judicial system to intervene? Ashwini was thrown 20 feet into the air and landed hard. She was thrown, Anish was thrown at a parked car, suffered serious injuries, both died on the spot. The car was being driven between 220 and 240 kilometers an hour. Now, question is, this could happen to any of us. But I am also using the opportunity to challenge the conventional wisdom that the courts in all cases are always right. We follow the court's orders, but are we to assume they are 100% right? I can't imagine. I cannot imagine in this case, and I expect the higher appellate courts to intervene. And I, for one, will be one person who says, okay, I feel you should intervene. Some court may say, Arnab Goswami, what do you know? Are you a judge? I'm not. Who are you to talk about High Court, Supreme Court intervene? I'm nobody, but I'm a citizen of this country. It is my expectation in a country where the most frivolous of PILs get entertained that this case will find some space. And other question here is this, that this could happen to any of us, couple. Any of us. Any of us and anybody, any of our loved ones. Let's be clear, it's not Anish or Ashwini. It could be anyone, couple, anyone. Now, question is, why have the courts not intervened? Second case, this whole system, couple, that has started, a loving father helps his killer or rapist son. H.D. Ravanna, loving father of Prajwal Ravanna, who kidnapped the women so his son could rape them, says, I will go to jail for a week, and my lord, I'll be let off in a week. Don't go after my son. Here too, this builder father says, take me in, I have committed the crime, I let him drive the car. Now, is the crime for letting him drive the car, is the punishment for that more than killing two people? It is an attempt at taking a secondary offense on yourself to shield your son. I'm asking today, have people lost their common sense at what's going on? I demand an intervention by civil society, courts, media, everyone in this case. Yes, Arnab, Kapil, I have had my say.
Arnab, allow me to make my point here, and I'll be speaking, purely on, what the law says here. If, someone commits an accident, and if, in that accident, there is an unfortunate death of any individual, the section that gets attracted is 304A IPC. That provides for a punishment of 2 years, and it is a bailable offense. Let's for a minute assume the parent. Allow me to make my point, Arnab. It is not an adversarial discussion that we are having. I'm only making and highlighting what the law says on the subject. Now, if you go and see the Motor Vehicle Act, Section 199A of the Motor Vehicle Act provides that if a person who is underage, he drives any vehicle, then in that situation, the father can can be booked under Section 199A, and it provides for an imprisonment up to 3 years. So this is, what the law says. Unfortunately, that's the law. If 304A needs to be amended, yes, there could be an amendment, because in the new act, the punishment is enhanced up to 10 years in case if the person who has committed the accident, he runs away.
No, it's the
without
Juvenile Justice Board and the magistrate on the advice of the JJB which has allowed them to get away. Don't go technical on me. No. I'm going, Kishore, what do you think? Kishore, what do you think, Kishore?
I am only talking on law. I am not taking
I am also
any
talking on law with a dash of common sense. Kishore.
Yes. So the common sense,
Arnav,
then unfortunately...
Kishore, what do you think?
Yeah, Arnav, I support your demand of the immediate intervention of higher court. And if you see the system, I think there was a hostile approach and hostile corruption from the police in this matter. And I am surprised with the Juvenile Court's that board. And I'm thankful to Devendra Fadnavis for taking serious cognizance of the matter. And I want that this case should be taken to the logical conclusion. How the VVIP people gets away from doing anything? Arno, you are serious, and I am supporting you. We will go into the court of law, and I think suo motu attention from the
I think that we are expecting
Supreme
that
Court
today.
is needed.
In fact, a lot of people, Sohail, are calling saying the higher courts, either the Supreme Court or high courts, have to intervene very quickly in this matter because questions are being asked of the entire system.
See, I think personally I have a lot of faith and regard for Justice Chandrachud and some of the judges on the bench in the Supreme Court. I believe, given Justice Chandrachud's track record, there is nothing that I see impossible for him to actually take suo motu cognizance.
He should.
Because this ultimately is a rap on the judiciary and it's a rap on the justice system. No matter what you might say.
That's so true.
It is equally terrible policing that has happened in Pune, which, by the way, has a tremendously excellent police force, as does Bombay. But we have seen that in the past, that both these police forces have had enough political and, wealth pressure put on them. But the reality, Arnab, is you cannot mock the intelligence of 1.4 billion people.
Yeah, cool.
Because I'll tell you what is going to happen.
Yeah.
3 years later, there will be some joker who will say, actually, this boy was not even driving the car. I was driving the car.
Yeah.
So then what are you going to do? No evidence has been captured by the police. 10 hours, as the gentleman there said, 10 hours you made the boy wait. Some people have said he was...
Like the case of a film star who once drove over people, and then said, I never drove the car. And the police inspector investigating the case had to be punished internally. I mean, we know injustice. It's gone on there. But Sohail, this case is one of Supreme Court intervention. This case is one of Supreme Court intervention.
I would say something
I would 100% agree with your thought on that.
Ishkaran or a Kapil or Mr. Tiwari, I would say there is no better time to actually ask for some of these basic laws to be overhauled.
Yeah.
Because these laws in themselves are ridiculous and mock the process of justice.
Absolutely. Well, Sohail, Ishkaran, Kapil and Mr. Tiwari, thank you very much.